Good morning. It is a non-working day, aka a crochet day, so I thought we could spend the next couple of days together. So this morning I went to the gym, I went to go get my hair cut. I'm still unsure how I feel about it. I went for a full fringe and I'm trying to like bring my side parting back because I have tried the middle parting. I just don't think I'm a middle parting person. I think I am very cliche millennial that I just love how a side part looks on me. I just don't think I'm a middle part girly. So I've gone for like a full fringe to kind of like train my hair back, and then when this grows out I can kind of sweep it over. So I've just styled it. I've showered and styled it a little bit and hopefully it will kind of dry throughout the day and it will look a little bit better. But yeah, I'm unsure how I feel about it at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And like, you know, once I kind of, you know, do something to it and it's dried properly, just feel like I look like Coconut Head from Ned's Declassified Survival Guide a little bit, but I'm hoping, you know, over time it will be fine. But yeah, hair crisis aside, that's just kind of how I've spent my morning. I went to get some groceries and stuff, and now I am dressed and ready for my day. I need to get some crochet stuff done, so I need to finish off writing up the second part of my Zip It Sweater pattern, because one of my testers is very speedy and has already done part one, which is honestly very surprising because I think it's only been like 1 week into the 10-week pattern test. So I need to obviously, you know, let them continue with the pattern testing, but I've written up most of part 2, pretty much all of part 2. I just need to kind of finish it off and then refine it a little bit and then just like, you know, proofread it, make sure it all makes sense, that sort of thing. I also have like a video tutorial that I made for how to like attach the zipper, so I need to edit that. And for anyone wondering how my Halloween patchwork sweater is going, I have finished it, but I'm yet to weave in all of my ends. So this is side 1 where I've woven in all of my ends. Obviously this is inside out, but I still have a lot to do on the back side. It's just so boring. I hate weaving in ends. So I'm kind of like weaving in ends and working on my project, and then weaving in ends and then working on my projects, because I will lose my mind, because there is quite a lot of ends. There's quite a lot of like really long tails as well that are getting a little bit tangled, but for the most part it's not too bad. I'd say I've probably done just over half of it. Like I've done half of, like, I've done one full side and then like a sleeve, and so I've got like the main body and then like another sleeve to do. So it's not too much. That's kind of like what I want to get done today. Like I want to have all of the ends woven in on this sweater. And in terms of like what I'm working on now that I've finished crocheting my Halloween sweater, I did kind of share this in one of my previous vlogs, which you are more than welcome to go and check out. You know, may as well. If you enjoy this one, you're probably going to enjoy the others. You know, the kind of like scrunchy tops, the little sheared tops, elasticated tops that I keep seeing around. All the cool girlies are wearing them, very kind of like Damson Madder style. I was like, I want one of those, but I want a crochet version, and I had this yarn in mind that I've had for ages that I got from a charity shop. It's a really beautiful merino wool kind of mixture combination. It's from Katia, Concept by Katia, and I got this from a charity shop. I think there was like 11 50-gram skeins or 10 50-gram skeins. That was a good catch, for like £5. So yeah, so I've had this yarn for ages and I've just not really kind of, it's not pulled to me, you know, I've not like gravitated towards it for any particular project, but I was like, this would be actually really perfect. I also have a kind of faux mohair, it's like, it's wool, but it's like 100% wool, but it's like a kind of faux mohair style, you know, it's kind of like fuzzy. And I also got this from a charity shop. I got 3 50-gram skeins for £1.90 each, and before I show you, it looks kind of crazy. Like, this is what it looks like. It's kind of giving, it's giving like Brillo pad realness, but like in a cute way. And it's, like I said, it's kind of this like faux mohair, so it's got this like halo effect to it. It's got like speckles of blue in there, there's speckles of purple, and then the base is kind of like this dusky smoky pink. What I've done is that, or what my plan is that I'm gonna do the body of the top with this yarn and then kind of do like a little frilly accent sort of thing with this yarn, which I think looks really cute. And so I'll show you how far I've gotten, because so far I think this actually looks quite nice. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm at with the top. So like I said, this like faux mohair sort of situation is like this frilly bit at the bottom. This ribbed bit I've decided is going to be kind of like under my bust. and then the frilly bit will be like kind of over my stomach, and then I'm now just working on the actual like bust main body part of it to go up. And I kind of want this to be like a short sleeved t-shirt sort of situation. This is the vibe, this is what I'm going for. I'm currently working in the round, and yesterday I kind of had a moment where I was like, is that smart? Is that the smartest way to do this? So I think I've figured it out, because I'll be working in the round and then I'll split off once I kind of get to like under my armpit. I'll split off, do the front part, and then I can do the back part, and then join those at the shoulder, and then I'll work in the round to the sleeves. And then that's smart, right? That feels like it makes the most sense. It makes the most sense to me anyway. And then I'm gonna use some of this to do like some little ruffles on the sleeve. Probably not as like long and as exaggerated as at the bottom, but because I probably will want to wear like something over it eventually. So just maybe like a little accent of this yarn on the sleeves. But this is kind of the vibe. I think it's really cute. I think these colors actually go really nicely together, because when I bought both of these I was really unsure about the colors, because these are typically not my kind of shades, you know. They're quite neutral, they're quite like dusky, they're quite smoky, and I go for like vibrant or very bright or neon or very like kind of solid colors. I don't really kind of go for these kind of shades typically, but I think they go really, really nicely together, and I think kind of the vibe of the top is actually really cute. That's kind of everything that I have on my agenda for today. I do have a couple little extra bits that I want to do, but I can do those tomorrow. I kind of just want to make sure I've got like a plan in mind for today and get that shit done, rather than like overwhelming myself being like, I've got so much other stuff that I want to do. I can just do that tomorrow, so it's no big deal. So today's agenda: weave in all my ends, work on this project, finish writing up the second part of the zip it pattern, zip it sweater pattern, send that to the testers who need it, and that's it, and just have a fun old time. I do need to eat some lunch, so I'm probably just gonna have some instant noodles that I got today from the Asian supermarket, and yeah, I'll check back in, I guess. Okay, I have basically done. I've just gotten a bit tired of writing the rest of it. Well, not finished. I'm not even writing it, I'm just like editing it, but it's taken a good, like way longer than I would have liked, because I've basically been rereading it, making sure it makes sense, and then comparing it to the one that I've made very recently. And I haven't edited the like video tutorial on how to add the zipper, because I don't want to right now. I'll probably do it tomorrow, but I've basically done all of it. Like, I've edited and reread and proofread all of it up until doing the neckline ribbing and attaching the zipper. So I've basically done it, but I am like, that's the part that's going to take a lot of like mental concentration, and I'm already mentally a bit tired. Every time I start filming there is an aeroplane going by. Every single time, and I'm very sorry, but that's just how I have to live, because I have a private airport near me, and I don't even get the benefit of the convenience of having an airport near me. It's just a private one where all these bougie people and the royals and everybody come in. It's very annoying. Anyway, so I've basically done that. I'm not going to take it off my mental to-do list, because I haven't technically finished it, but I've basically done it, and I can finish the rest off tomorrow. That is fine. I have eaten my lunch. I did have my noodles. They were actually a lot spicier than I remember, but it's fine. And now I'm going to move over to the couch, and I'm going to do some actual crocheting, and I'm going to weave in some ends. I'm going to crochet and weave in ends and kind of like alternate between the two, so I don't lose my mind. I have actually downloaded and made a list of a bunch of like spooky, autumnal, Halloween-y type films that I really, really want to watch this kind of like spooky season, and I think I'm going to watch some of those. I think I might watch the Addams Family, maybe Addams Family Values. I haven't quite decided yet, because after I watched the animated Addams Family and I hated it. Hate is a strong word. I really didn't like it. It was just, for various reasons, I didn't like it. But yeah, so since I kind of had a disappointing Addams Family experience, I want to watch the good one. So I might watch that. I'll probably get a couple of snacks, because I need a little sweet treat, you know. Oh, I did actually buy myself a fun little drink, so I'll have my fun little drink. And then yeah, I'm going to do some crocheting, weaving in the ends. Hopefully I'll get the ends weaved in. Woven in? Weaved in, no, that's not right. Woven, or no, whatever, you know what I mean. I will get all of that done today. That's my only goal today, get those bitches weaved in. Also, I kind of like just pulled up a little bit of my hair because yeah, I think that, well, not for any reason, but I think this looks a lot better when it's just like a little bit pulled back. And I think if I'm like wearing it like half up, half down, it'll look a bit better. But it's just my hair is just so top heavy, you know, so it just makes me look a bit makes my head look very round at the top, so I can never really get like the right cut no matter what I do, no matter what kind of cut I get. But I think this looks a lot cuter. I think this looks a lot nicer, and I think like when my hair's up, you know, with my fringe, it will look cute. And as well, I can just kind of like give myself curtain bangs, which I don't really want to give myself curtain bangs because I'm trying to transition back over to a side part, but this is obviously too short right now for a side fringe. It's very much giving emo. This is very reminiscent of my teenage years, so yeah, I think this is good. Maybe when the fringe is a bit longer, I can kind of sweep it over to the side and it won't look as, you know, Tumblr-esque. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just not a look that I wish to revisit. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and I'm gonna go watch a movie and actually chillax and allow my brain to chillax. I'm about 25 minutes into the movie. This is all the ends I've done, which is the equivalent to like basically a sleeve and a couple of extra squares of my sweater. So I'm very much getting it done. It's just slow and boring, and for every like 5 squares that I do, I'm allowing myself a little sweet treat because I need a rewards-based system like a dog for me to get this done. So that's where I'm at, and I'll keep you posted on my progress. Okay, I'm about an hour into my film and here are all of my ends. I'm just cracking on with it and letting the film distract me, so I'm just not going to question it and just going to keep going, and I think I'm doing pretty well. I'm hopefully going to be able to finish maybe by the end of the movie. I finished it! It's like, I love this so much. I love it so much. It looks so good. Look how good it looks. The lighting is terrible because it's dark now. It's only like 6 o'clock, I think. But oh my god, I am obsessed. I am obsessed. We've got the little cat on the moon, a witch's hat, a spider, a pumpkin, a cauldron, a little autumn leaf, a bat. What else? A mushroom, and then what's on the bottom? A skull and a little ghost. Oh, it looks so good. I'm actually obsessed. I love it so much. Here's the back. So let me give you like a full 360. Here's the sleeve number 1. We've got like a witch's hat and a leaf. I kept the sleeves a little bit more plain just because I didn't want them to be too bulky. And then we have a skull here. We have a little cat and some stars, a skull, and then a moon. And then here is the back. This is the back. Oh, I love it so much. It looks so good. I do have the like my handheld steamer warming up because I do think it needs a little bit of a steam block. You can kind of see like I look like the Michelin Man with the sleeves, if you get what I mean. Like, I don't know, I feel like with patchwork stuff in particular, I always like to like steam block it because I feel like it just sits a little bit better, and I would like it to be just a little bit kind of have a bit more give around the bust in particular. But I really love the length as well. It's so hard to get like a good angle in this room where the light's not terrible, but this is the kind of length of it. It just sits like basically past cropped, which is kind of what I wanted. But yeah, do you see what I mean? Like I feel like a little steam block just to kind of like add a little bit more give in these kind of areas would do it a lot of good. But oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love it so much. So yeah, I finished it. Amazing. I feel so good. I'm really glad that I managed to get this done today. Like I said, it's only like 6 o'clock and the day just today flew by. Today absolutely flew by. I feel like I've like not done anything and it's dark outside. I finished watching The Addams Family and then yeah, made some dinner, had some dinner. I made a delicious laksa with tofu and broccoli, which was really nice. My partner's gone skateboarding this evening, so he's gonna be home quite late, which is fine by me. I love some alone time. So I started watching Sweeney Todd, which I don't know, I low-key kind of hate this film, but I don't know why I'm watching it. I feel like it's just like, it's like perfect kind of autumnal spooky vibes, but without being like a scary film or a film about Halloween, you know? It just gives me that vibe. So I'll see how I feel, because I think it's just because I don't like musicals. I don't like all the singing. I think I'm very particular when it comes to the kinds of musicals that I enjoy. Like I enjoy Disney films for some reason, but I don't like musicals. I don't know, there's some issue with musicals in my brain, but I'll see how I feel. I'll see how I feel, and then I might just watch something else, because I do have a list of like spooky kind of films that I really want to watch, and like some Halloweeny ones as well. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. I think, yeah, like I said, I'm going to steam block this and then see how it fits. I think, like, regardless, like, the fit is fine, the fit is good, the fit is kind of like how I wanted. I just feel like I know it could be a little bit better. This is after steam blocking it, and I think it looks a lot better. Like, it just feels a little bit more kind of like, you know, less bulky, I guess is probably the best word. Like, you can kind of see the difference on the sleeves. It doesn't seem like I'm just kind of, it doesn't have that like lumpy bumpy kind ofness to it. But yeah, I think it looks a lot better steam blocked, especially kind of like across my waist and my bust. It just has a little bit more give, you know. Oh, I love it. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased with how this has turned out, because this is a lot of work, you know. You're doing, obviously, because it's relatively easy in terms of putting it together, doing the appliques, you know, all of that stuff, but it's a lot of work, because you're doing each square, then you're doing an applique, then you're sewing it on, and then maybe you're doing like a color changing square, or you've got like multiple colors going on, you know. So it's a fair bit of effort and a fair bit of work to put in, but the outcome is great. It's really great. I love this. I think this is so fun. I think this project has been a success. I am really pleased. Okay, so I just frogged a bunch of my project. So this is like the top bit that I was going to do for the bust, and I don't know if you could really see kind of from when I showed it earlier today, but it was just I basically was working in the round, and then I'd increased, I think, every like second or every third stitch, and it was just too much of an increase for like the whole thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it off. I'm going to find like the center part, split it off, and then work on the front part of the panel, and then like the back part, and then join it, because I feel like working in the round wasn't really working, because I don't really need to increase for the back part. I only really need to increase for the bust. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, and I feel like that will just work a little bit better, because I do want to make this into like a kind of t-shirt sort of thing with little short sleeves. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I also immediately turned off Sweeney Todd because I wasn't vibing with it. I don't really like that film in general, like not just because it's a musical. I'm not really the biggest fan of the storyline or like the kind of the way the film is. I don't think Johnny Depp has a good singing voice either, so that was really kind of, I just found the whole thing quite cringe. Anyway, this is where I'm at. Like I said, I may check in before I go to sleep. If not, then I will see you tomorrow.
You make it so easy, don't you? Always waiting for some bad man to save you. I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
Good morning. It is a new day. I did not check in yesterday evening in the end, because my partner came home and we just kind of caught up with each other. He went skateboarding, so he came home at like 9:30ish. So yeah, so we just caught up. He had some dinner and we were just chatting, and then went to sleep. I am going to the gym today, and then I need to go grab us some dinner tonight, because it's cleaning day, and on cleaning day neither of us cook, so we usually just grab like a quick dinner. I'm probably gonna get pizza today. But yeah, that's kind of what my morning is gonna be like. I didn't make a huge kind of amount of progress on the top that I was working on, like the Damson Madder inspired top. Obviously I frogged a bunch of it because it just wasn't working, you know, when you're kind of like, this isn't gonna be good in the long run, or like I knew that going in the round all the way up was gonna kind of cause me more issues. And I think because as well, where the yarn that I have is quite limited, I obviously got it from a charity shop, it's not like I can just pick up more. It's also discontinued, because I did check when I first bought it. But yeah, so it's not like I can buy more of the yarn, so I need to kind of be quite frugal with the amount of yarn that I have. And I think where I'd increased on every stitch where I didn't necessarily need to, I was using more yarn than I needed to, basically. So I think the plan that I have in mind now is the best plan and the best way to utilize the limited amount of yarn that I have. Like, I think I should have, like, the yarn that I have should be enough for the full top, but I can't kind of, I don't have wiggle room really, so I have to really utilize what I have. I'm totally fine with frogging. I am an advocate for frogging projects if it's not working out, particularly in the kind of early beginning stages, and I was only like maybe 4 or 5 rows in, so nothing too wild. Obviously with a fine yarn, 4 or 5 rows is quite a lot, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, so that's how I'm gonna spend my morning, going to the gym, going to the shop, then I'll come back, do some crochet. So I'll see you shortly. I have returned home. I went to the gym, I went to Asda to pick us up some pizza for dinner later, and I also got this really cute bedding. It's like, it's got moons on it. Look how cute this is, and it's brushed cotton as well. It was only £13 for a double set, and this is like what the back looks like. That's so nice, and it feels lovely. It feels really, really nice. I actually rate Asda's bedding. I think it's pretty good quality. Anyway, elephant in the room. Now we have daylight, and you can actually see how good this sweater has turned out. I'm sorry, is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? This is adorable, and it fits me so nicely. I was a little bit worried that it was like kind of a bit tight around my bust, but it actually fits really, really nicely. I think particularly after I steam blocked it, it's perfect actually, and the length is really good because I wanted it to be kind of like long and not cropped, basically. Anything that's not cropped is long in my opinion, for me anyway. But I wanted it to be long but not like super baggy, so it's not tight but it's also not really baggy. So in terms of the fit, this is basically exactly what I wanted, and like the sleeves are relatively loose, they're not like particularly tight. But here it is in all its glory. You can kind of see all of the squares. Let me just do like a weird 360 so you can see all of the squares, because some of them are like under my armpits. But look how cute. Look how cute. This is adorable. This is adorable, okay? This is the cutest thing I've ever made. This kind of sweater has been on like my crochet wish list basically since I started crocheting, because I love Halloween, I love spooky season. I wanted something that was like not Halloweeny in a literal sense, you know. I feel like this is just like spooky Halloween vibes rather than it being like literal jack-o'-lantern pumpkin sort of vibes, you know, even though I do have a pumpkin. I'm really pleased with it. I have no notes. I absolutely love it. And as a reminder, I did do this as a crochet along over on TikTok. I have 16 full episodes on how to crochet the squares, the appliques, how to assemble it, and how to do the ribbing. And I will link the episode 1 in the description if you would like to join in. I have recorded like 1,000 TikToks of this sweater because I will be showing it off to the world, okay? So apologies if you follow me on TikTok, because I'm not gonna shut the fuck up about this for a little while at least, you know, and I'll probably end up wearing it quite a lot as well. But in terms of my kind of actual project that I'm currently working on, the kind of like scrunchy Damson Madder inspired top, this is kind of what it's looking like so far. We've got the little ruffly bit, and then the ribbing, which is kind of acting as like the scrunched part, and then obviously, like I mentioned yesterday, I did frog basically all of the like bust area for the reasons that I've mentioned several times. So I'm not going to repeat myself, but I did start doing this really cute stitch. I think it's called the Suzette stitch, I want to say, and it kind of is a little bit like the moss. No, I always get this stitch mixed up. Moss stitch? No, it's not moss stitch. The lemon peel stitch. I think it's called like the lemon peel stitch and the granite stitch. I think it's got like a couple of different names, but it's kind of similar, but it's different at the same time. And it's one of those things where it looks similar, but it also looks different, and I actually think I like the look of this a lot more. So yeah, so this is the stitch that I've decided to go with. I'm just working on the kind of back side currently, and I'll just be working on that for the rest of the day basically. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to for today. I should probably finish off writing the second part of the Zip It sweater. I'll see how I feel a little bit later. I'm just not really like in the mental headspace to concentrate that much right now, because the kind of bit that I need to finish off writing and like refining is the most complex part, and obviously I don't want to get it wrong or kind of write it in like a really complicated way or anything. So I think once I'm in a bit more of a headspace when I'm like actually wanting to concentrate, that's probably the best time for me to write it. So it'll probably be at some point today, hopefully. You never know. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna watch another little spooky film. I did immediately stop watching Sweeney Todd because I just don't fuck with that film. I'm not really a big fan of musicals. I think Johnny Depp's singing voice is terrible. Sorry, I'm saying it. I think it's terrible. I also think like the shots in the film is really strange. It's almost like it's been filmed for 3D and it wasn't ever released as a 3D movie. I find it very strange. And this is coming from somebody who studied Tim Burton quite a lot, so I am not a fan of that film. Sorry. I also don't like the songs. I've never really vibed with the songs or the musical or whatever. Anyway, I turned it off. I started watching Batman Returns. I know, another Tim Burton film, which I much prefer, and I got like an hour in, so I'm probably gonna finish watching that and then maybe watch something else. Maybe Edward Scissorhands. I don't know, Tim Burton's movies are obviously perfect for like spooky season, so I'm really on like a Tim Burton movie hype at the moment. I watched Corpse Bride a couple of days ago, so yeah, I'm on that train at the moment. And yeah, I will check in with you at some point today. See you later. Okay, I've just finished watching my movie. I finished watching Batman Returns, a classic, and I've just had some lunch. It is like 3 o'clock, so I have had lunch quite late, and I've just realised the reason why I didn't feel hungry is because I had coffee this morning, and I'm very, very sensitive to caffeine, so I very rarely will have coffee or any tea or any caffeine-based drink because it kind of messes me up for like that night and I will not be able to sleep. But today is a Friday. It's also cleaning day. I need a little bit more energy. I was going to the gym and my partner was making one, so I was like, hey, make me a coffee. So I thought that's probably why I wasn't hungry at like normal lunchtime. I've not really made a significant dent in the kind of back panel. I've definitely, you know, it's increased, but not by a huge amount. This stitch is lovely though. I think it looks really, really nice, and it does really remind me of the lemon peel stitch, but it does look slightly different, so it's a bit nicer to have like variation, because I've done a lot of lemon peel stitch projects. It also looks really good in this like fine yarn. I think it looks really lovely. So yeah, I'm just going to continue working on this. I think I might watch Casper, or I might watch Addams Family Values. I haven't quite decided. I'm feeling maybe Casper, because I've not watched that in ages, but I typically watch the Addams Family Values like every year. I much prefer Addams Family Values to the first Addams Family movie. That's kind of where I'm at.
Hello, where are you going? Hi. Hi. Hello, good morning. It's actually not morning, it's lunchtime. How you doing? You having a nice day? Yeah, you having a nice day. You wanna go back to sleep? Yeah, it was proper snoozy earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bye. Love ya.
Okay, so I finished watching Casper. I haven't watched Casper in ages. I feel like I always just kind of like forget about it around spooky season. But I've not watched it in so long. It's such a classic film. I love it. So good. Poor Casper, you know, he's just a little kid, isn't he? Poor thing, just died. But this is kind of as far as I got into the back panel. So I did make, you know, significant dent into the back panel, and I did start a new skein around here. So it's obviously they're 50-gram skeins, and they do go relatively far considering they're such a small yarn. But I am loving how this stitch is turning out. I think it looks so good. So I've still got a bit of a way to go for the back panel, but I'm just slowly kind of working my way through it. You know, I'm not in any particular rush to get it finished or anything. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to leave this vlog. Me and my partner have just finished cleaning the flat. We have a pizza on, and we're just going to choose a film to watch tonight. I think we might watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because I've personally never watched that one, and I think my partner's watched it but like ages and ages ago, and it looks kind of funny. It doesn't look like particularly scary. It looks like like kind of funny comedy sort of thing where it's like not meant to be funny but it looks quite funny, and it just feels like a really fun vibe and a fun like plot basically. So yeah, so this is where I'm gonna kind of leave the vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the past couple of days. If you're enjoying these vlogs, feel free to check out my other posts. Give me a little subscribe whilst you're here, because I do post regular vlogs and tutorials for all things crochet. And of course, whilst you're here, if you enjoyed this video, give it a little like, leave me a comment, and I would love to connect with you guys. Feel free to give me a follow on TikTok or Instagram. My @s are down below, but you can find me at Not Half Bad Crochet. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.